people who have been affected by femicide, there is a background in it. And the background is people who have been into a relationship. It doesn't matter how long the relationship has been, but there has been a kind of a relationship. So when the relationships is a bit strained, some of them may be affected by issues of relationship, miscommunication, and issues of course, criminal. Because I would want to say that no one deserves to die. And we are all social beings. Social being in the sense that we are social beings whereby we need to relate. And I'm a mother of girls and young men. I'm a mother of adults. And one thing I know is that we need to talk about the femicide itself. Issues of money, whether this person died of because they were following money or that. Let us not run away from the real issue. The real issue is killing. And my take is no one deserves to die. Why? These girls, they are looking for relationships. When they relate with these people, these young people, and then they end up dying, it is not their fault.
Have you ever wondered why you get irritated easily, staying up all night long just because you lack sleep, or going for 2 or 3 days without food and your body is okay? Well, these are some of underlying factors of depression and trauma. Hi, my name is Jedida Wafula, a training counseling psychologist and a sign language interpreter. Join me as I bring together diverse voices to explore on mental health awareness and how it impacts their life, on keen interest on persons with disability. Let's break the stigma and shine a light on this crucial aspect of our mental wellness. Thank you. Hello viewers, welcome to the Secrets of the Mind with me, your host Jedida Wafula. And on today's topic, we are going to discuss on femicide and suicide because the cases of recent days have really risen. So we want to get a psychologist perspective on why these cases are increasing and how they can be prevented. So I'm joined by Jen Kiharu, and she's a psychologist, and she will tell us more about herself as she introduces herself. So welcome, Jen.
Morning, everyone. Thank you, Jadida, for inviting me to in this Secrets of the Mind. And thank you for the topic that you have chosen that we may discuss today on femicide. Yeah, my name once again, is Jane Kararu. I am a psychologist by profession, and I have worked in this field of child protection, gender-based violence, and mental health. So thank you.
Thank you so much. So these cases of femicides, they may increase sana of late because as we started the year, we saw some cases. We had Wahu's case, we had this other lady's case from JQuat. We've had so many cases, and just yesterday when I was talking to you, you told me there's one that has happened in Githurai. So why do you think these cases are increasing by day?
First and foremost, I would want to say that we are living in very hard times, very, very difficult economic times. And mostly you realize that people who have people who have been affected by femicide, there is a background in it. And the background is people who have been into a relationship. It doesn't matter how long the relationship has been, but there has been a kind of a relationship. So when the relationships is a bit strained, some of them may be affected by issues of relationship, miscommunication, and issues of course, criminal. Because I would want to say that no one deserves to die. And we are all social beings. Social being in the sense that we are social beings whereby we need to relate, we need to socialize, and naturally every person needs to be loved, and everybody needs to have a relationship with somebody. So when it turns out to be fatal, or somebody ends up losing their lives because of a relationship, that is wrong. So, and I would want to demystify some of the things that people have been saying. Personally, I am a supporter. I'm a human rights activist. I have been in the field for some time. And I would want to say, to demystify what people are saying, that girls, they are after money, girls are dying because of money, because or this and that. And I'm a mother of girls and young men. I'm a mother of adults. And one thing I know is that we need to talk about the femicide itself. Issues of money, whether this person died of because they were following money or that. Let us not run away from the real issue. The real issue is killing. And my take is no one deserves to die because of anything. Everybody deserves to live a full-term life. And with that, I would just want to say that we have had so many young people who have relationship with even older women. We have had even young, very old men having relationship with young girls. Those things are there, and they are all over, not just here in Kenya, but they're all over. But those people are not killed. So when you talk about a young man having a relationship with an old woman, are they killed? They are not killed. So why are we victimizing? Why are we victimizing this young girl? Why are we victimizing this person? And all this what they were doing, they were looking for a relationship. They were looking for a social life. They were just socializing. And if they had an idea that if I relate with this person is going to kill me, they wouldn't do that. And I'm sure even you, as a young person, you wouldn't even follow somebody who you know that your life is going to end in his hands. And even us, as parents, at one point, because we are married, we started in relationships, and we were not killed. Yeah? And we started as a relationship. And if you sensed that this person is going to be is a dangerous person to you, you didn't continue with that relationship. So let's not focus on victimizing the victims. Victimizing the victims in the sense that we are putting our focus in the wrong direction. Why? These girls, they are looking for relationships. When they relate with these people, these young people, and then they end up dying, it is not their fault.
And do you think we've seen that mental health is not something new? It's something that has grown, that everybody has knowledge about it. Yes. It's like it's a baby because we all discovered it most of the time in 2020, right? So do you think there are so many mental health issues in this relationship that it's leading to femicide?
I would say mental health is not so new. Mental health has been there, but the issues is that mental health, talking about mental health, and also bringing it out and talking openly is what is new. And there's a lot of stigma and discrimination around mental health. And that is what, as practitioners, we are trying to deal with. Because if somebody there before was found to have a mental health issue, there are a lot of things. There are some cultures that would say somebody has been bewitched, and they wouldn't want even to relate with that family or that person. And actually, people would go further to say that we, as a so-and-so family, we cannot marry in that family because they have, we would call, there are some tribes or some cultures that would say that such and such a family has been bewitched. Such and such a family, they are dealing with witchcraft. They have been bewitched and all manner of things. So that is what has been happening. But mental health has always been there. What we are dealing with as practitioners is to demystify and to make sure that people are well aware of the mental health problems, mental health issues that are most likely to occur, and also to be on the lookout, and also to look out at the signs and symptoms of mental health, such that people can be taken to hospital, such that people can get help, such that even the early warning, early response can work in families and also in the communities, such that we can be able, and then people to be aware that mental health is illness like any other illness, like how you can get malaria, like how the only thing is that some of the mental health conditions, Some of them, they are genetic by nature. Others are triggered by some of the situations and conditions some people go through. So that does not mean that people should be discriminated because they have mental health issues, but there are people who need psychosocial support, a lot of family support, a lot of community support. That's what we are dealing with as mental health practitioners.
And I've been going through the social media, and most of the time you get mostly on TikTok that like there is an increase in narcissist men. So what is a narcissist? Who is a narcissist? Sorry, and what are some of the characteristics of a narcissist, and why are they more cases of narcissist men?
That narcissist, a narcissist can be either any gender, can be a male or a female. But some of the characteristics of a narcissist, there are people who have trust issues and they overthink too much. Let me give an example of a narcissist woman. A narcissist woman is somebody who would even suspect the husband, while the husband is not doing anything. And they would even put measures to ensure that this man is monitored, whatever he does, everything he does, wherever he goes. If he talks, like now, for example, if this man talks to some ladies, let's give an example of your place of work. If this person talks, this person or the woman is tracking down this man, everything he does, and he puts measures that you must be in the house at this particular time, you must not relate with you must not have a relationship with your people. And remember, this person has had relationship even before they started this relationship. So somebody who makes sure that the person is monitoring this person, close monitoring, not the good close monitoring, but the monitoring that makes sure that this person is so stuffed of his freedom. Yeah, there's no freedom of even thinking, freedom of even association, freedom of even talking to the relatives, freedom, and they make sure that this person is blamed on everything. That why were you talking to that woman? And maybe this is my cousin. Why were you talking to this person? Why have you been doing this? This such that this person is stuffed off completely his freedom. The same case with a woman. Stalking. The man is always talking of the woman. Why were you talking to that person? We are in the age of a digital era where we have smartphones. They even go to an extent of stalking who you have been talking to and making sure that they monitor your phone. Yeah, that's one of some of the characteristics of a narcissist. Yeah, that we have not exhausted. There's a lot, but I'm trying to just bring out the very outlined characteristics of a narcissist. But overall, is somebody who makes sure that they feel so insecure, and they make you feel that it is your fault. It is your fault, and make sure that they make you feel so guilty about everything that you do.
So do you think these people can get help and they can change? Because now it's something in them that they have it, and maybe this is something that is pushing them to do some things like maybe taking the lives of their partners. So do you think these are something that they can be corrected?
Actually, I wouldn't say that is narcissism is the only cause of femicide. There are so many other causes of femicide. They are quite a number, and I know there are people who are doing research. A lot of people have come up with research studies, and there are some who are still doing it. But there are so many causes of femicide, and some of the causes is it could be narcissist. Other possible causes could be even mental health. People who have lived with mental health issues and it has not been addressed. There's no psychological or medical intervention that has been done to those people. But overall, these people can be helped. If all of us are aware of some of the characteristics, some of the issues that are mental health related, these cases can be helped. Yeah, because if we have those early warning, we would have early response. Before they happen, these issues can be addressed medically, psychologically, and even socially. They can be addressed. So all is not lost. What we're saying is that we are calling out on the communities, family members, to just be on the lookout and to support each other, such that when something they notice something is not or is not well in a particular person, a member of the society or a member of the family, they are able to seek for help. Psychological help is all over. Yeah, we are here. We can help to do psychological intervention, to do counseling, to do psychiatry. We take them for psychiatry assessment and also medical, so that they can receive medical services well in advance before these things happen.
Yeah, and as we talk about femicide cases, there is a research and study that was carried in Muranga that shows that most men are taking their lives. So, what do you think might be the case of these men taking their lives?
Just when I was starting, I said that we are living in very hard times, especially economically. And also, we are living in the digital times, whereby it's very easy to get this news firsthand because people have smartphones, people can report. But I would say uh, suicide has been there and it is still there. But however, what is happening right now, the cases have increased. They have increased. I would say living in these hard economic times, when some people are not even able to put food on the table. And then again, you said that these cases, research has said that it's only men, it's men. The number of men committing suicide is higher than the number of women committing suicide.
Yeah.
What I would say is that men, sometimes they are introverts. They deal with their issues internally. Unlike women speak. If a man is beaten up, sometimes they tend to keep quiet and deal with the issues inside. And sometimes those issues are not resolved. So what happens? They are beaten once, they deal with the issues internally. Those issues have not been addressed. There's no psychological intervention that has been done. What happens? The next thing it happens, it eats them up inside. They're not talking about it. It happens the third time, the fourth time, and the fifth time, and even for a very long time. And they're not talking about it. But for a woman, it's a bit different. A woman may scream and then she gets help and she will remove it. And a woman may come across another woman and they discuss it openly without even feeling ashamed of what has happened. And they say, my husband has been beaten up. Even the cases that we handle for gender-based violence, or we have been handling, or we have been hearing, mostly women report. That does not mean that men don't go through gender-based violence. So women easily talk about it, or they seek help, unlike men. Men, in some cases, they feel ashamed, and they feel, am I going to be looked like a weakling if I report? Even at the police or to the chief, am I going to be laughed at? Am I going to be jittered by the people because I am? They will look at me like, how can you be beaten by a woman? That is what has been happening. But for women, it's easier. So what happens when a man, when they close so much, there is so much that they have bottomed up. They bottom up so much in themselves. Some of them resort to committing suicide. Others resort to drinking and over-drinking, taking alcohol and substance abuse. Substance abuse and alcoholism is another. And you know, substance abuse and alcoholism is a disease. So when somebody doesn't receive help, when there is no intervention that is done, what happens? This person can also think of committing suicide. So there are quite a number of possible causes of this suicide. One being alcohol and substance abuse, the next one being depression or mental illnesses. The other thing is hard economic times, such that a man feels like, I cannot take it anymore. I'm not able to provide for my family. I'm not able to pay school fees for my children. I'm good for nothing. And when they get to that point and they don't seek help, there are very high chances that they can commit suicide. And like a woman, if a woman goes hungry, Some of them can go outside and they even ask their neighbor, my children are not going to sleep hungry for the 4th day. Give me whatever it is that you have. But for a man, will just watch as they go like that, and then they start feeling guilty that they're not able to provide for their families, and guilt now transits to mental illness, and it transits now to suicide.
Do you think we've not created enough awareness about mental health for men to come out? Because recently there was a story that was done, I think, in Nakuru, where there is this lady who has started a church on Wednesday afternoon, where he invites men to come and talk about their issues and what is pressing them. So do you think we've not done enough awareness for these men to start coming out?
Awareness is an ongoing. It cannot have an end. It can only have a beginning. We cannot say that we have done enough or less awareness. What happens is that we keep on educating our people. We keep on informing them. We keep on giving them knowledge. We keep on giving them information on awareness on mental health, because there are so many types of mental disorders and mental illnesses, but people don't know. There are some people who have lived with mental illnesses and they are not aware. And even their families, in the families, they are not aware. So the much we can do is to keep on educating people, to keep on giving them information about mental health, and to let them know that help is there. Government hospitals, most of them, they have a unit for mental health. And where there is no unit for mental health, there is help. We can inform them how to get help on mental health. So what there is that once we deal with the stigma, we deal with stigma, and also we deal with education and information sharing on our mental health, and it will be a continuous thing. And we take the responsibility, each and every person to take responsibility, especially us who are in this field. And it is not only for us. You remember what happened when we had HIV, when the HIV was declared a national disaster.
Yeah.
What happens? The government gave a decree on each and every meeting in the community, whether it is chief's baraza, any gathering, that whether it is funeral, whether it was at the church, whether it was in the mosque, everywhere. The government gave a decree that in each and every setup, or a gathering or a community meeting, the people must talk about HIV. And that is how even the global health has been able to declare Kenya as a HIV. We are not yet free, but we have done quite well in terms of HIV prevention. We have done very well. So I would say that if we can take the same trajectory, we say that each and every sitting, each and every setup, whether it is your home, whether it is in the community, whether it is in the church or in the mosque, wherever you go, any meeting, we can start with mental health. I think we'll do a good job. All of us. Now, we stop now putting this responsibility in the shoulders of the practitioners. That way, we'll be able to achieve quite a lot, because somebody will go and say, oh yeah, in that Chiefs Baraza meeting, somebody talked about mental health, and I think so and so has a mental problem. I think so and so need to seek help. You see, that way we'll have, because in those meetings, you not only educate one person, you educate a bigger group. Now you can imagine where you come from. If you go to a church, you'll be able to reach out to like 500 people. If you go to a community meeting, you'll talk to like 200 people. And those 200 people will take the message to like 200 other people. And those 200 other people will take to, and that way we'll be able to reach out to many people. So we take the responsibility of talking about mental health and we normalize it. We stop talking like amerogwa. Amerogwa, familia yao iko, sijui, so many other things. There are so many misconceptions myths and misconceptions about mental health.
Okay, as we come to the end of the show, so what do you think are the measures to be taken to curb femicides and suicide?
I think we need to open up the conversations, like what you're doing. You're doing a good job, talking to the masses. Like now, I know the message that you're giving here. It will go out, and we don't have control. Who watches, who sees, or who will come across this message. What you're doing and many others, everybody may, not many people may have the opportunity to have such a channel or such such an opportunity like the Secrets of the Mind. But we can talk about it openly. And then we talk to people, to families, to couples about conversations, about open communication. If I am aggrieved, if I feel like my husband has done something wrong, we talk it out. We stop piling up issues, because those piling up of issues is what is now bringing those things. Like in families, let me talk about IPV. That is intimate partner violence or domestic violence, because even femicide is also happening in families. Yeah, somebody, you see a husband and wife, they're in disagreement. The next thing, the wife is stabbed, the husband is stabbed. Yeah. So what we can say is that people need to know how to engage in conversations, and if the conversations are not bearing fruit, you seek for help. Like in the family, you can seek help. If that help is not forthcoming in the family, you can seek professional help. Professional help in the sense that you can go to a counselor. And when I talk about a counselor, we are not talking about where people will be told we are going to pray about it. Seek professional help. Counselors are trained. People who are trained. Like now, let me ask you, Jadida, if you had a case in court, where who would you trust to represent you in court?
An advocate.
An advocate. So, who do you trust now in the event that you need psychological intervention?
I'll go to a counselor or a therapist.
A therapist or a counselor. Yeah, what we are saying is that there are so many trained professional counselors. And we also have mediators. Alternative dispute resolution mechanism is also another way you can go. And they are there. And I know I don't think if you are seeking for professional help, you would get it. Especially in this age and era. They are there. Professional. And you are free to even ask them their certification. You can ask them to ascertain if they have the qualifications you are looking for, qualifications of a counselor. You can ask them if you don't trust them, or if you really want to ascertain that you are dealing with a professional therapist. Yes, they are there. So we tell our people that killing or femicide will lead you to jail, and the other person will be buried. What about in the event that these people have children? And you remember, the person you kill is a daughter to somebody, is a friend to some people, is a cousin to so many people, is a co-worker. So just this one relationship, we need to tell people to stop being selfish. A little bit selfish. You think about this person. If I look at you, Jadida, you are a daughter of somebody. If I look at you, Jadida, you are a sister to some people. You are a cousin to some people. All those titles you have. If you are a religious person, like now, for example, if you go to church, your pastor call you what?
My daughter.
Your daughter and namshirika. Yes. You are a friend to somebody. If you are in school, you are a schoolmate to some people. This one title of a boyfriend or a girlfriend is just one out of so many relationships that you have. Stop finishing other relationship with selfishness or because of one relationship. And people need to know that if there are red flags, you realize that this person is up to something wrong. Stop clinging to that relationship. You are a daughter, you are a son, you are a cousin, you are a son, you are a student, you have so many other titles. So many. In fact, I don't know if we can exhaust the list of who you are. The other relationships that you have, other than this one, that will take your life.
Thank you so much. I don't think if I'll add anything or remove anything, because all has been said. We need to get professional help. Other helps here at Nimbaya, like going to church and everything, but let's prioritize the needs and the solution to professionals. If you have an issue with mental health, look for a counselor, seek help from a therapist, and you'll get help, because they will walk with you this journey. So thank you so much for watching this show. Until we meet next time, bye.